Today we are going to discuss the third part of the third chapter, materials in our daily life. Here is an activity to study the electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity and the tensile strength of different fibers. The materials required for this activity are small strip of cotton cloth, woolen cloth, nylon, polyester, burner with gas, tripod stand, water in a beaker, conductivity meter and a flat plate. First, we are going to study the conductivity of different fibers. This is the conductivity meter. Now, you are going to put these two terminals of conductivity meter across the cloth. This reading shows the flow of amount of electric current across the fiber. Its unit is microsiemens per centimeter, that is mu s per centimeter. Likewise, you have to note down all your observations with all types of fibers. Now, the second study is thermal conductivity. Firstly, heat the plate and place each fiber one by one. Now, observe the heat that you feel. If you feel more heat, then the fiber has higher thermal conductivity. Now, we are going to study tensile strength. What is tensile strength? It is a strength of the fiber. If you are feeling more difficulty in tearing the cloth or fiber, then the fiber is having high tensile strength. If the fiber is torn very easily, then it has less tensile strength. Likewise, you are going to note down all your observations with all types of fibers. Now let us move to the next topic, other fibrous materials. Jute, cotton and wool are natural fibers which are used to make different clothes, carpets, blankets, bags, etc. Rearing of silkworm is called sericulture. The next synthetic polymers are plastics. Plastics are of two kinds. They are thermosetting plastics and thermoplastics. What are plastics? Any materials that can be molded and changed into any shape on heating are called as plastics. These plastics are also made from petroleum products such as ethane, propane, benzene, etc. The next topic is thermosetting plastics. It is a type of plastic which once molded cannot be remolded. That means we can say it is a permanent material. Some examples are bakelite, melamine, formaldehyde. Most of the electrical appliances are made up of this bakelite because it is a bad conductor of electricity. It cannot be remolded by heating. Like a switchboard, telephone sets, these are made up of thermosetting plastic bakelite. These materials are made of melamine, which is thermosetting plastic. These water tanks are made of formaldehyde, which is thermosetting plastic. Handles of cooker and also many other utensils are made of thermosetting plastics because these plastics are bad conductor of heat. But thermoplastics can be remolded and can be reused. Examples are polyvinyl chloride PVC, polystyrene, nylon, polythene, etc. These materials are made of thermoplastic. This is thermoplastic PVC. This one is nylon pipe. Now we are going to learn some differences between thermoplastic and thermosetting plastic. Thermosetting plastic is a cross-linked polymer and the thermoplastic is a long straight chain polymer. Thermosetting plastics cannot be remolded and the thermoplastic can be remolded. Examples of thermosetting plastics are bakelite, melamine, formaldehyde resin, and the examples of thermoplastics are PVC, polythene, etc. Now we are going to learn some characteristic features of plastics. As compared to metal, plastics are having less tensile strength. It can be broken with less effort. Plastics are lighter in weight and it does not react with acid and alkalis. Plastic are of any color and any shape. They are non-biodegradable material. They are bad conductor of heat and electricity. Plastics are insoluble in water and they melt on heating. These are the properties of plastics.